organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Tonight on Daily Iowan TV, Heat in the Kitchen. Restaurants in Iowa City whip up their best creations for competition.
And later, lending a hand. The University of Iowa is bringing in extra help in the dorms.
And the women are heading to the Big Ten tournament,
while the men have their last contest at home. Find out more in sports.
We have all the details next.
Daily Iowan TV starts now. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Andrew Roberts.
And I'm Jeremy Meyer. Today's a huge day in the world of politics, super in fact. More than a dozen states all over the country will hold their primaries or caucuses for the upcoming presidential race on this Super Tuesday. Now that includes Texas, Minnesota, and Tennessee. Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton is coming off a huge win in South Carolina, and she's hoping to keep up the momentum to win over more states than Bernie Sanders. Donald Trump is the frontrunner on the Republican side, just above Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio. He's also predicted to win over most of the state's votes at the end of today.
New information is released from documents written by Osama Bin Laden, the mastermind behind the 9/11 attacks and former leader of Al-Qaeda. And what appears to be his handwritten will, Bin Laden wanted to give almost $30 million to uphold his idea of the Muslim faith. The documents also said that he and his right-hand men were planning a media campaign to mark the 10th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks on New York and Washington.
The Zika virus is now in Chicago. Hospital officials have confirmed the first case at a Lakeview hospital. The woman contracted the virus when she recently traveled to Colombia. This will be the 5th confirmed case in Illinois so far. And while spring break is approaching fast, the UI Student Health and Wellness Center wants students to be aware of the Zika virus. A recent study says it's linked to the Guillain-Barré syndrome, a rare disorder that causes someone's immune system to attack their nervous system. Now, this eventually leaves them paralyzed. People do recover from GBS, but the weakness, fatigue, and numbness often remain.
The annual UI Student Health Fair called HawkFit is happening tomorrow at the Campus Recreation and Wellness Center. Students will have the chance to receive over 600 prizes at the doors, along with a bunch of free health screenings, including cholesterol, blood pressure, and HIV. The fair will be stacked with 39 different tables, providing information for healthy living and lifestyle awareness. HawkFit begins at 2:30 p.m. and runs until 6:30.
Well, Andrew, I know it's March 1st, so it's probably a good thing we didn't get as much snow as we thought here in Iowa City last night.
Definitely, Jeremy. My optimistic approach is saying that the worst is over with, but for a more accurate forecast, we'll toss it over to Becca Scadden in the weather studio.
That's right, guys. We didn't see as much snow today as we'd expected, but we may have another shot at some snow as we take a look at tomorrow. In the morning, we see temperatures around 25 degrees with partly cloudy skies. As the afternoon comes in, we see temps move up to the mid-30s. However, tomorrow night, we cool back down to the low 30s, and we have a chance for some light snow. Taking a look at the rest of the week, Thursday, we see a high of 36 and a low of 25 with cloudy skies. Friday, we move up to the low of 40s for a good portion of the day with continued cloudy skies. On Saturday, expect a similar situation with temps still in the low 40s. As for Sunday, we have something to look forward to, as the temperature should be in the 50s for most of the day with sunny skies. Moving into the beginning of next week, Monday morning looks like temperatures will continue to climb to the low 60s, but we're looking at some possible showers throughout the day. That's your weather, Iowa City. Back to you guys.
An annual event brought all of Iowa City's best foods together under one roof. The 6th annual Iowa City Downtown District's Top Chef competition saw 24 different local restaurants, cafes, and bars competing for the chance to be dubbed the best that Iowa City has to offer. Our very own Keaton Fuller has the story.
Drinks, desserts, and delicious produce were all on display to take Iowa City residents' taste buds on a journey they wouldn't soon forget. The Hotel Vitra hosted the annual event that allows local eateries the chance to show off the best they have to offer, as well as competing for the title of Top Chef. For Wesley Ward, the manager of the High Ground Cafe, the event is a chance to introduce people to his business who might not have otherwise have discovered it.
You know, we love just being able to get our coffee in front of people that normally would never try it or never had the opportunity to try it. We get so many people at this event that try it for the first time and they're like, wow, that is really good coffee.
But for attendees, the sold-out event is an incredible smorgasbord where you could enjoy some frozen yogurt from Utopia and wash it down with a drink from Basta or The Mill. Over 400 tickets were sold for the event, and with every bite comes a little bit of enjoyment. Attendees also had the chance to vote on their favorite restaurants, which resulted in Dumpling Darlings walking away with the People's Choice Award for Top Chef, and Pullman Bar and Diner winning the Judges Panel Award for Top Chef. Regardless of the results, however, the food itself made it hard to leave the event feeling like anything other than a winner. Keaton Fuller, Daily Iowan TV.
A new change is coming to the UI's residence halls. UI officials and counseling services are working together to search and bring their helping hands to the dorms. They will be sending in professionals called embedded counselors. Now, they're employees of the university placed in specific college departments to address the needs of people in those divisions. Having a counselor at the dorms will be a convenience for those who can't seek help from the university counseling service. This first counselor will be placed in an East Side dorm.
The Iowa City Council is re-voting tonight on a controversial art piece that might be placed in the downtown pedestrian mall. It's called The Lens. The council will decide whether or not to give $50,000 to fund part of the project. Previously, the council voted 3-3 on the issue, but due to the absence of one member, the council gets another shot at voting on the matter. The sculpture will cost around $500,000. Well, Jeremy, tonight is quite the game for the Hawkeyes, and we received word that tickets are sold out.
It's a great thing. Senior night, some great seniors, a tremendous 4 years under Fran McCaffrey for the Iowa Hawkeyes. For more on the men's basketball team and their matchup with the Indiana Hoosiers, let's toss it over to Colin Murphy and Katie Sextro standing by.
Thanks, Jeremy and Andrew. We have everything from basketball to tennis featured here Tuesday in Sports.
We start tonight with men's basketball as the Hawkeyes are taking on the top dogs of the Big Ten here tonight, the Indiana Hoosiers.
The Iowa men's basketball team's starting five and senior players have received the spotlight as of late, but there's a few key bench players moving through the ranks as well.
That's right. Basketball reporter Katie Reber tells us about a freshman whose key plays don't always show up in the stat lines.
In a season that hasn't been normal for the Iowa men's basketball team, one freshman forward isn't playing like a normal freshman would and has gone from being known as number 0 to a hero. Ahmad Wagner led his football team to the state title game as a wide receiver, using his athleticism in more than basketball, but chose to hit the hardwood instead of the turf.
I played a lot of different sports growing up in middle school and everything, but when I got to high school, basketball just kind of took over and I enjoyed it the most.
But more than basketball attracted the Ohio native to Iowa.
When I came here for my visit, they showed me a great time and I felt at home, and along with the coaches, and they treated me like family, so I felt like the right fit.
Wagner has been a key bench player this season, making the transition from high school to college basketball look simple.
My transition, probably with the older guys' help. Playing out here is going to be a lot faster and everything, so it's something I had to get used to, but they made it very important to tell me that use your intelligence in the court, and doing that will help you get through a lot of things that other freshmen struggle with.
Consistent work on and off the court has contributed to his freshman success.
Being able to come out here whenever I want has helped me a great deal, because now I can come and get shots up and just get work in with other coaches or other players whenever I want, so that's always been a big help.
Wagner has played meaningful minutes in black and gold, playing in 27 games, scoring an average 2.4 points, putting up 12 blocks, 9 steals, and grabbing a total of 66 rebounds in his first year. With his explosive debut season, it's no question head coach Fran McCaffrey has confidence in Wagner.
His confidence keeps growing with me in and out after games, after practices, and I want to continue to make him proud.
And Wagner's favorite part about playing basketball?
Making my mom happy. She loves watching me come play, and I love putting a smile on her face.
And of course, every hero has his good luck charm.
My headband, I threw it on, and I've been playing well with it, so I'm gonna keep wearing it.
The future looks bright for this freshman as he consistently lights up the court and makes a play to save the day. Inside Carver Hawkeye Arena, I'm Katie Reber, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
The Hawks take on Indiana Tuesday night, where the seniors will be recognized playing in Carver one final time.
It's that time of year for Lisa Booter and her team as the postseason starts up in Indianapolis for the 2016 Big Ten tournament on Thursday.
Iowa was given the 9th seed in the tournament and will be going up against the Michigan Wolverines on Thursday. Coach Bluter is looking forward to that matchup.
The rubber game of the match, right? They wanted their place, we wanted our place, so now we have a neutral court. They finished one game ahead of us in the standings, and so they get the 8th seed, we have the 9 seed.
Yeah, we're excited. We're kind of viewing it as a new season, a new start. So, we know that anything can happen in the Big Ten tournament, so we're going forward with that mindset.
And the Hawks will have their hands full with an all Big Ten selection from Michigan.
You got Flaherty, who was a first-team all Big Ten selection. Only a sophomore, leading the way in points, one of the best scorers in this conference. We're going to have to do a great job on her and not let her have a night where she's feeling comfortable. And Tanai did a great job with her last time defensively.
We will have complete coverage of the Big Ten women's basketball tournament later on this week, as sports reporter Holly Reimer will be in Indy throughout the weekend.
Women's tennis got 2 wins over the weekend versus Bradley and Northern Iowa. 2 key athletes of that tennis team are far away from home. Reporter Ashlyn Bauer has the story.
Iowa women's tennis's very own Anastasia Rimich and Zoe Douglas are the team's top double pair. Yet they are both not from America, which gives them a little something extra to play for.
I am from the south of London, from Sussex in particular. That's like an hour away from London.
Where Zoe is from a different part of England.
Pretty far apart, maybe 4 hours. She lives towards the north of England. She lives in Cambridge. So I rarely see her, unfortunately. I think I only saw her once in a tournament this summer.
The two double partners never met before they came to Iowa.
I saw her a couple of times, but I never talked to her, or I never even played her. I just saw her a couple times, and then when she came on her recruiting trip, I recognized her, and I'm glad she's here. She's a great teammate, great friend.
Although they are partners on the court, they help each other with stuff off the court as well.
It was great to have someone that just understood everything, so I could always go to Stash and she'd help me through whenever I had any problems or anything, and we could just talk about things together. So it's great, and in season, obviously it's a more stressful time, and we're not used to that back home. It's never as tense as this is at all, so it's just great to have each other to lean on.
Rimich and Douglas are both sophomores, which means they've 2 years of that English magic left. I'm Ashlyn Bauer, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
The Hawkeyes head to Nebraska for their Big Ten opener on Wednesday. And on Wednesday, we will have complete coverage from the Iowa and Indiana game going on right now.
Definitely a big game tonight, Katie. Hopefully the Iowa bench can wake up a little bit after struggling the last couple of games.
Oh, I know. And after not being able to close out the last few of their games, hopefully they can finish strong tonight for one last time in Carver.
Definitely. That's all the time we have. Jeremy and Andrew, back to you.
Rock and roll listeners used to be persecuted in Cuba, but all of that is about to change.
The people of Havana are expecting to get some satisfaction as the Rolling Stones play a free concert on March 25th at Havana's Ciudad Deportiva. The show is scheduled to happen just 3 days after President Obama's visit to the capital city. Los Rollings will be the most famous act to play in Cuba since the 1959 revolution. Thanks for tuning in tonight on Daily Iowan TV.
Be sure to check out our website, dailyiowan.com, for all the latest news. For Daily Iowan TV, I'm Andrew Roberts.
And I'm Jeremy Meyer. Have a wonderful night.
Iowa SJMC.
Can't pick up a copy of the Daily Iowan? Are you worried about how you're going to find out about the latest news in Iowa City and the University of Iowa? Well, look no further. You can download the Daily Iowan mobile app on your iPhone for the area's best news coverage. And you can also read and watch us on your iPad. You can always find current and past Daily Iowan stories at dailyiowan.com. The Daily Iowan is now on TV, online, and in your pocket. If it happens, it's news to us.
Iowa SJMC.